Well, we're up here for another check on the property. You can see there that they've left a lot of the trees they've been cutting, getting them prepped, ready to be able to load them up. Now I'm gonna start walking down here. I was up here Friday, but they were just getting started. And this is Sunday. It's gonna rain tomorrow and Tuesday, so they won't be up here doing any work. But you can see that they've not really cleared much more here. And then they've got this other stack of wood right here where they're getting ready to load it up. They'll haul it off, and see a little bit down there. This, not sure what all they're gonna do with that stack. That looks more like that may be stuff they burn off and stuff. I don't think that's stuff they'll throw on a truck and haul out. Unfortunately, they can't burn all of it, or haul all of it off rather. This small stand of trees right here still got to be done. They've got to do some just the other side of that tall grass back in there. Of course, they got the rest of it going back up this way to the hill taken care of. I'm gonna go down here and walk around the tree and down the bottom. They were just starting to cut down on the far end of the bottom down here, and I'm gonna walk down towards that way, see what all they did. But I may go up here and check the pond from the top of the hill, and then look at the and then go on down into the bottom, see what we got down in there. You can see they've moved around and pushed some of this stuff up in here and stuff. Broke a limb, it looks like, or something off there. Yeah, there's the pond. There's a tree they took down, kind of laying out in the edge of the pond. I don't know if you can really see it. Let's see if I can zoom in there. There you go a little bit. You can see it fell, laying in the edge of the pond. Zoom back out. Right now, I'm not really seeing Clyde. As I mentioned before, he's the alligator that we have down in there. Now I'm gonna walk back up just the edge of the hill here. You can see those yellow marks. Those are some areas where I said don't cut the trees inside these yellow marks. And so they're gonna do it, but maybe you can see it as we start going down the hill here, but let's see if I can zoom it in. You can see those two pines down there with them green X's, even though they're in the yellow right there. I told them, go on and get them cut out within there with doing it. You can see they've got some stuff to pull back up. They definitely cleared some more down there in the bottom. Really starting to look like a different place now. Let me go back and I'll try to pan over here without making you dizzy. This is looking back over towards the pond. You can probably see it a little bit past some of the growth, and then you can see a couple of those dead trees in the back there where the pond comes up into the edge there. You can see some big pieces they still got laying down in here. But yeah, look at this. They've really trying to walk, catch my step so I don't have to end up falling down here. You seeing me trip as I'm walking around. Let's look at this. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go down in there, but it looks like they've cut out most everything down towards the end down there that we need to do. We're going to have to get that leaning tree out of there some way. You can see the edge of the little bit of swampy part of the pond coming up in there. But I'm gonna go check that a little bit more. While I'm down here, you can see those yellow lines going up there, which says don't cut back here to the left of that. But then the things towards the right of those yellow lines on the trees, you can see a little bit still left to cut out on this hillside there. So they're getting pretty close, maybe another day and a half of work. So maybe by the end of next week, they'll end up having gotten most of this cleared out down here. I'm gonna have to watch it around down here, not so much to look for critters and stuff, but there's a lot of debris laying on the ground right now that's still got to get cleaned up. But yeah, looks like they've cut down to the edge down in here and gotten that done. Looks like a little small tree they still lack getting out right there. Looks like they cut a lot of stuff down, prepping it to get some of it pulled back up to the hill so they can load it. You can see there they got some tops I think they cut out of some trees, maybe starting a little bit of a burn pile. See, there's the other end of that tree that you saw laying down into the pond. They're gonna have to end up pulling that joker back up in there. Let's walk on. We hadn't walked all the way down like this down here, so we'll see. This may be a little bit longer video than some of them. You see, I left a few trees going right there towards that transmission line. You can see it up there behind the trees, but I left some of it so we wouldn't have to look at the transmission line the whole time when we're down here. But oh yeah, looks like they got all the way down to the end of the green. See that one green mark on that tree down there? So they got cut down to it. And see, there's the marks coming across. They've cut up to those trees down in here. You can see that one, maybe that one tree. Let's see if I can zoom. You can see it a little bit better. You see that little green mark on there where I had them. They could do that, cut to that tree and then stop. So they've got that. Looks like they're kind of coming back up that line I wanted them to cut through. So I'm walking around the edge. I'm gonna try to turn without making you dizzy, pan across here, and you can see looking back up into the bottom towards the hillside where the house will be and stuff, and then back up you can see the equipment up there at the top through the trees. So they've cut a whole lot of this out. Looks like they made some really good progress on Friday. Now we'll see if I can get through here without tripping myself. I'm gonna go up and see how much, if they got everything up in this back corner done at this point, back up that way. You can see, I'm gonna go down and show you, get down here kind of close to the ground. You see all those coming off the tree, all that stuff get under that dirt. I'm probably gonna have little baby trees popping up all over the place. Yeah, there's a lot of small stuff, tops and stuff to clean up. You can see a little orange mark on the tree right there. I use that to kind of mark my way when I was going in and doing some of the marking of the yellow lines and the green lines through there, so they'd know where to cut. Oh, all right. Making it around, you can see a lot of tops and stuff still here. That's looking back up. You can see I left a couple of green trees up there that, well, let me stop and then zoom in. See that little orange flag up there? That's actually where the property line is on that end. You can see where I marked the tree kind of right up against that so they could cut it. And then you can see that one right there. You might can see that little one up in there. And then there's another one right up in there. So see, they got just a little bit cut back up on this hill up here in there. Let's see if I can get through this without tripping myself up some. I need to really take some time and get these things put up so some of the people that wanted to see this can see it. So you can see they've cut out the big trees I told them they could down and through here. So it looks like they've pretty much got most everything. They've got a few trees going up there and back up the line. Let's go in here while we're all the way down here. I want to go look. You know, we had about 4 or 6 weeks we didn't get a lot of rain. Had a lot of drought conditions, and the spring back here didn't dry up, but it slowed up an awful lot as we were going through there. See, they got a lot of tops of trees down in through here, but let me get up in here where the top of the spring is. Looks like they even got a few tops of trees in here where the top of the spring is. So this is where our spring is. You can see some of that water coming on out. It was a lot slower trickle back at the end of the drought, but we've had a couple of good rains in here. See that little flag? That's actually the property line. So they've dropped some things right up close to the property line here. We'll need to clean up a little bit. And then you can see back down the hillside there where we are. So anyway, that looks like most of what I'm gonna have to see today. Here's looking back over towards the ridge line as it runs across kind of up the east side of the property and back over to the pond. So anyway, I'm gonna stop for today, and we'll come back probably later next week after the rain passes. They've had a day or two to get something done, and we'll check and see where things stand. But they've really cleared a lot of it out at this point. Catch y'all later.